The world is a mysterious place. How's that for a generic opening line? Don't worry, the genericism stops there, because there's nothing typical about these places. Get yourself ready for a magical adventure through lands rarely seen by human eyes. Locked away from the public and kept under strict protection for so long, it's a wonder we still remember they exist. I mean, I can only assume we've been barred thanks to one perpetually rowdy guy named Big Kev who thinks it's a good idea to get his wiener out in public and throw pork scratchings at passers-by. Thanks a lot, Kev. You've ruined it for everyone. But that's fine, don't sweat it. Once you read about some of these locales and their history, it's probably for the best that they're not open to the general public anyway. With that in mind, I'm Ash from What Culture, and here's 10 mysterious places you aren't allowed to visit. And yes, I mean you in particular. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to stay notified. Ding, ding, done. 10. Club 33 in Disney World, United States. Unless you're willing to fill out the forms and wait on a 14-year waiting list, visiting Disney World's elusive Club 33 will be tough. Oh, you didn't know that there's a secret range of nightclubs inside the amusement park? Well, there is, and it used to be one of Disney's biggest secrets. Anyone who has waited in line for a ride on Splash Mountain will know the agony of endless queuing all too well. It's at these moments adult visitors must crave an alcoholic beverage to cure their ills. Inside Club 33, that's possible, and it remains one of the only places in Disney World that sells booze to this day. 9. Poveglia, Italy. Considered by some to be the most haunted island on the planet, Poveglia in Italy is probably somewhere to strike off the holiday wish list. Poveglia was sold for around £400,000 in 2014 and has been closed to tourists ever since. Start thanking that buyer. Poveglia has a nightmarish history of illness, both physical and mental. When the bubonic plague hit Venice hard in the 1300s, this tiny island was where sufferers were sent to be quarantined. This happened again in 1992, albeit as a quarantine station for those who were mentally ill. Since then, rumours of ghosts and ghouls have been part of the island's folklore. Even if Poveglia was open for exploration, millions of Italians wouldn't want to go near it. 8. RAF Menwith Hill, United Kingdom. From the air, Menwith Hill's facilities look like the world's most boring collection of warehouses or some sort of golfing shrine. Those bulbous structures are in fact radomes, and they allow the place to transmit electromagnetic signals that are said to look after the integrity of intelligence support in the UK and United States. Okay, so not a golfing holiday wonderland then. The intrigue only starts when digging deeper into Menwith's history. Dr. Steve Schofield from the British American Security Information Council claimed the facility was involved in drone attacks that were kept private from the general public. These covert missions are top secret and sinister, in Schofield's opinion. 7. Coca-Cola Vault, United States. Coca-Cola needs no introduction. It's one of the world's favourite drinks, is responsible for excited faces when that Christmas ad comes on telly each year, and has been a long-standing tradition since launching 131 years ago. Somehow, the Coca-Cola company have been able to keep the drink's recipe secret all that time. A secret vault in Atlanta houses Coke's formula, and it's possible to visit the place to get a sneak peek. Just kidding, but sugar-hungry tourists can buy tickets to explore the drink's history and, according to the worldofcoca-cola.com website, get closer than ever before to the ingredients. The vault is sealed shut, however, meaning a quick tour and glimpse of where the recipe is kept is all visitors get before being ushered out into the gift shop. Well, we all know the recipe is sewer water and cocaine, so I don't think they have much to worry about. 6. Snake Island, Brazil. Otherwise known as Ilhada de Queimada Grande, I'm sorry about my pronunciation, Snake Island is an island, funnily enough, off the coast of Brazil that is covered by an army of venomous reptiles that want to eat your soul after munching on your corpse. Those suffering from ophidiophobia should be thankful the Brazilian government decided to shut off all access to the Queimada Grande. Much of the island is bare, but there are rainforest areas. Guess where the snakes like to congregate? If you answered in the rainforest, well, you're wrong. They're everywhere and have been breeding non-stop since moving in and reclaiming the place from humanity. Stay away. 5. LASCAUX Caves, France. If the modern entrance to LASCAUX Caves had a fancier door, it'd look something you might expect to see in Skyrim. There's no way anyone feels comfortable strolling down that staircase towards certain doom. The LASCAUX Caves are located in southwestern France. Discovered by teenagers in 1940, they entered via a shaft leading underground, and presumably had balls of steel or some big old guns with them. After the group discovered paintings of animals and fauna, the caves were restored and opened to the public. It didn't take long until fungus created black mold that was dangerous to inhale. In 2008, workers finally gave up the fight against these shrooms and closed the caves to the public. That was after only one worker was allowed to enter for 20 minutes per week to see what the state of the place was. Bad, I imagine. 4. Metro 2, Russia. Continuing the video game references, Metro 2 is virtually identical to the creepy tunnels found in 4A Games' Metro 2033 series. Said to run parallel with the public Metro 1 system in Moscow, Russia, Metro 2 is a secret underground network that can trace lineage back to Joseph Stalin. Access to the tunnels isn't necessarily shut off. That's because Metro 2 has become something of a myth more than a fact, and this only adds to the rich intrigue surrounding these abandoned train shafts. Creepily, conspiracy lovers claim Metro 2 connects to the Kremlin by way of Federal Security Service headquarters. There are also links to the government airport Vukovo 2, and an underground town beneath Moscow's Romenki district. 3. North Sentinel Island, India. Just like the vicious snakes on Ilha de Queimada Grande in Brazil, the indigenous tribe on North Sentinel Island in India will kill any intruders on sight. Located in the Bay of Bengal, North Sentinel is said to have been home to an unnamed number of men and women for more than 60,000 years. Photographs of the population, however many, are rare due to the attacks on anyone who has tried to make contact with the tribespeople. A 3-mile radius has been imposed on the island to ensure anyone travelling nearby has safe passage. To put it into perspective, that's roughly the size of Manhattan in New York, and just goes to show that the Sentinelese don't want you or anybody else popping by for tea. Spooky. 2. Granite Mountain, Utah. Before anyone starts getting clever, no, that's not a still from GoldenEye. The Granite Mountains in Utah do look like the kind of place James Bond might infiltrate to get his hands on Alec Trevelyan though. Granite Mountain is actually home to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There, these Mormons managed to excavate 600 feet into the north side of Little Cottonwood Canyon and set up a place to store information related to family history and genealogical research. The place is also watertight when it comes to security. Getting near granite would be difficult without being spotted by cameras or the swish heat sensors installed by the church. They're protecting history after all, so the owners can't just have anyone walking up, knocking on the door and gaining entry. 1. Vatican Secret Archives, Vatican City. Most texts, PayPal accounts, shopping lists and other church documents contained within the Vatican Secret Archives can be requested for reading. The documents themselves aren't private, but the Pope doesn't want randoms walking about the place. Entering the building itself is strictly prohibited. More than 35,000 volumes are said to be housed in the archives, and almost all are accessible. The only limit imposed is on documents less than 75 years old. Sitting adjacent to the Vatican Library, the archives can be accessed in person should one gain permission from the Pontiff himself. The chances of that are slim unless you happen to be pals with the guy, so it's hardly surprising the building isn't heavily populated. Working there must be super creepy. And that's our list. What mysterious place do you most want to see? Keep it clean and share your thoughts in the comment section below. I've been Ash and this has been What Culture. Make sure to subscribe to the What Culture YouTube channel for more lists like this, and don't forget to visit whatculture.com for daily news and articles. Thanks for watching!